Hello everyone, it's Crazy Mike 1706. How you guys are all doing? I'm here to talk about the George St-Pierre and Johnny Hendricks fight, and many are quick to say that this fight was a robbery, that people are conspiring against Johnny Hendricks, that the whole system is rigged and whatnot. Every single judge, and it was 3 judges, 2 of the 3 gave it to George St-Pierre, but every single judge said that the defining moment of the fight was the first round, as everyone agreed that after the first round, GSP took 2, Johnny Hendricks took 2. Now, I wouldn't say this fight was a robbery because the first round was not only razor thin, but the first round also has a lot to do on people's ways of viewing a fight and their overall opinions on who did more damage and on who was more successful. Now, GSP's injuries or his cuts and bruises is not a testament of whether or not he took more hits in the fight, as ESPN calculated that GSP outstruck Johnny Hendricks. And this is true. Now, although the judges didn't have access to this information at the time they were scoring the fight, we must take into account that when Johnny Hendricks was getting hit, sometimes he was laughing, he was like moving his head and whatnot like this. So we don't know if maybe the judges saw that as him getting rocked. At the end of the day, it wasn't a robbery. It was razor close. Like I said before, it all depends on how you view the fight. Now, on to the cuts and bruises argument. There is something called scar tissue. And over time, when your face keeps getting beat on, what happens is that it becomes much more easier for your face to bruise up, for you to get cut all over the place. Hence, Nick Diaz, Forrest Griffin, Chael Sonnen, these guys get punched lightly and already they're bleeding and whatnot. And GSP is known for this. This happens to him every single fight. He gets hit like 2 or 3 times and already his face is lumping up all over the place. He even said it himself. He has very sensitive skin. Now, if you look at other guys, let's say Anderson Silva, this guy can get punched all day in the face. The fight with him and Chael Sonnen, for instance, the first one, he got his face bashed in for 5 rounds and not even a freaking scratch. And also, BJ Penn, he's known to have very, very tough skin. I mean, yeah, he took a beating by Nick Diaz and by Rory McDonald, but he's another guy who could just can get his face rocked and rocked and rocked and rocked, and his face won't really show the signs of the wear and tear. I mean, we have to take into account that GSP has been fighting for a long time, so he's been hit a lot, all right? That's something that people have to take into consideration. I mean, you can't really judge damage. You can't really rate it. You can't really call it to an extent. I mean, you can, but at the same time, you cannot, because there have been plenty of fights where there was a clear-cut winner, and that same winner had his face much more beat up than his opponent. So, again, comment, share the video, subscribe, argue. Arguing is always great. It's Crazy Mike. Later.